What really happened to Jungkook, the golden magne of BTS, that led to him being rushed to one of South Korea's most prestigious hospitals? Was it exhaustion, an unforeseen medical crisis, or something far more serious? The world came to a standstill as news broke that Jungkook's health had taken a turn for the worse. Behind closed doors, an emotional scene unfolded, one filled with tears, hope, and the unshakable bond of BTS's family-like connection. AS fans woke to the devastating headlines. Questions swirled in the air. Why did Jungkook need such urgent care? What made his mother break down into uncontrollable sobs? And why did Jin, BTS's eldest member, choose to stay by the family's side day and night until Jungkook showed signs of recovery? This emotional roller coaster has not only shocked ARMY, but also brought a deep sense of empathy and concern for the young artist, whose life often seems invincible but is, in truth, just as fragile as anyone else's. It all began during what seemed like a routine day in Jungkook's tightly packed schedule. Known for his dedication to his craft, Jungkook had been pushing his limits while juggling rehearsals, recordings, and public appearances. However, those close to the star had begun to notice subtle signs of distress. Fatigue shadowed his usually bright eyes, and his famously high energy appeared slightly subdued. Despite his stoic nature, Jungkook reportedly began to experience symptoms that he could no longer ignore: dizziness, an alarming shortness of breath, and a sharp pain in his chest. Though he initially brushed it off as exhaustion, the severity of his condition escalated rapidly, leaving his team no choice but to rush him to the National Hospital of South Korea for immediate and intensive medical attention. The journey to the hospital was anything but calm. Sources close to the family revealed that Jungkook's mother, a pillar of quiet strength, was reduced to tears as she accompanied her son in the ambulance. She kept holding his hand and whispering, "Stay strong, Jungkookie. Stay strong." An insider recounted. Her love for him was palpable, but so was her fear. While Jungkook was being examined by a team of top medical specialists, news of his hospitalization reached the other BTS members. Among them, Jin was the first to drop everything and rush to the hospital to be by Jungkook's side. Jin, often referred to as the mom of the group for his nurturing tendencies, took on the role of emotional anchor for Jungkook's family during this difficult time. According to witnesses at the hospital, Jin arrived looking deeply concerned yet composed. He approached Jungkook's mother, who was visibly shaken, and gently reassured her, "Don't worry, Jungkook is strong, and he's getting the best care possible," Jin reportedly said. His presence brought an immediate sense of calm to an otherwise chaotic situation, but Jin's support didn't end there. He stayed at the hospital day and night, ensuring that Jungkook's mother and family had everything they needed, from meals to emotional support. Despite his celebrity status, Jin was seen pacing the hospital corridors, speaking with doctors, and even taking turns sitting by Jungkook's bedside as the young star rested. For Jin, this wasn't just about being a bandmate, it was about being family. For Jungkook's mother, the sight of her son lying unconscious and hooked up to medical equipment was almost too much to bear. Known for her unwavering devotion to her son, she was often described by those close to the family as a quiet yet formidable presence in Jungkook's life. But in that hospital room, her strength faltered. Witnesses described hearing her sobs echoing through the hallways as she leaned against the wall outside Jungkook's room. "I just want my son to be okay," she reportedly cried out. Jin, ever the steady presence, stayed by her side, holding her hand and offering words of comfort. "He'll be okay. He's strong, just like his mother," Jin was heard saying softly, his own eyes betraying the deep concern he felt. As news of Jungkook's hospitalization spread, ARMY, the loyal fanbase of BTS, sprang into action. Social media platforms lit up with messages of support and prayer for the youngest member of the group. Hashtags like #StayStrongJungkook and #WeLoveYouJungkook trended worldwide within hours, with fans sharing stories of how Jungkook's music and personality had touched their lives. Messages of support also poured in from fellow celebrities and public figures, many of whom expressed their admiration for Jungkook's resilience and sent well wishes for his speedy recovery. The overwhelming outpouring of love and support served as a reminder of just how deeply Jungkook is cherished by millions around the world. After several days of intensive care, Jungkook's condition began to stabilize. Doctors credited his quick recovery to his strong physical health and the timely intervention of his team, who had acted swiftly when they noticed the warning signs. For Jungkook, the journey to recovery was as much about physical healing as it was about emotional strength. Jin, who had been by his side through it all, was there to witness the first signs of Jungkook's recovery. When Jungkook finally opened his eyes and smiled weakly, Jin reportedly couldn't hold back his tears. "Welcome back, Jungkookie," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "You had us all worried." This incident has once again highlighted the unbreakable bond shared by the members of BTS. Beyond the glitz and glamour of their global stardom, they remain a family, bound by love, respect, and an unwavering commitment to each other's well-being. For Jungkook, the experience was a sobering reminder of the importance of taking care of himself, not just for his fans, but for those who love him unconditionally. As Jungkook continues his recovery, fans can rest assured that he is surrounded by love and support. His mother, who endured one of the most harrowing experiences a parent can face, has found solace in seeing her son smile again. And Jin, ever the dependable big brother, has once again proven why he is the heart and soul of BTS. The days following Jungkook's stabilization were a whirlwind of emotions for everyone involved. While the doctors reassured his family and team that his condition was improving, the emotional scars from the ordeal were far from healed. Jungkook's mother, who had spent sleepless nights by his bedside, remained visibly shaken. Although she tried to put on a brave face, the fear of nearly losing her son lingered in her heart. Jin, true to his nature, continued to act as the glue that held everyone together. Even as Jungkook's condition improved, Jin refused to leave the hospital until he was certain Jungkook could stand on his own. "This isn't just about physical health," Jin reportedly told a family friend. "Jungkook needs to feel emotionally supported, to know that he's never alone no matter what." Jungkook, on the other hand, found himself grappling with a mix of gratitude and guilt. Lying in his hospital bed, he reflected on the immense love and care he received from his family, his bandmates, and his fans. But with that gratitude came a sense of responsibility, to take better care of himself and to ensure he never put his loved ones through such a terrifying experience again. As the eldest member of BTS, Jin has always embraced the role of caretaker within the group. However, his dedication during this crisis went beyond what anyone could have expected. From coordinating with doctors to ensuring that Jungkook's mother ate and rested, Jin left no stone unturned in his efforts to support the family. One hospital staff member, who wished to remain anonymous, shared their impression of Jin's kindness. Despite his celebrity status, he treated everyone here with respect. He didn't demand special treatment for Jungkook. He simply wanted to make sure his friend was getting the best care possible. You could see how much he genuinely cared. This sense of humility and compassion extended to his interactions with ARMY as well. Through subtle updates shared on social media, Jin reassured fans that Jungkook was on the mend. His words carried a calm strength that provided comfort to millions who were anxiously awaiting news of Jungkook's recovery. If there was one person who felt the weight of this incident most profoundly, it was Jungkook's mother. Known for her quiet presence and unwavering support for her son, she had always been a behind-the-scenes figure in Jungkook's life. But in that hospital room, her love and devotion took center stage. According to those close to the family, she spent hours holding Jungkook's hand, whispering words of encouragement and prayer. Even when exhaustion threatened to overtake her, she refused to leave his side. "I just want him to open his eyes and smile at me," she reportedly confided to Jin during one particularly difficult night.